Well, g'day everyone. Today I wanted to go through some things that FEELWORLD have sent me. It's a new lighting setup which I'm going to unbox with you. I haven't looked at it yet. And we'll also have a look at some of the reflectors that they've sent to me as well. So what we'll do first, we'll start looking at the actual light unit. So this is the case that it comes in. Really nice case actually. Now the model number is actually called, it's the FL225B is the model number that we're dealing with here. So let's have a look what's inside this. So in here, just some instructions. You've got another belt holder if you wanted to put a strap around you. You could also put little things inside here as well. In this section here, you have all your power leads. This is the good old Aussie plug if you want to work that way. There's also this large battery adapter here because this is quite a powerful light, and I'll go through the specifications soon so you can see that. This will attach into that unit there that we were looking at. Or this will attach into the light, I should say. There is a reflector that comes with this as well. And like I said, I've got a couple of other ones that I've got here that we can look at too. And then we've got this amazing light. So this is the light, like I said, this is the FL225B. Obviously it's an LED light. It's got a Bowens adapter. I think that's what's on there. We'll have to check that, but I'm pretty sure it's just a Bowens adapter. It is, I think it's a plastic, but it's a very well made plastic, so it looks like it's really well made. The design is really nice actually. It also comes with this attachment that you can stick on a light stand that we'll use in the studio because I'm going to light up Susie, and we'll have a look at some of the effects and the power that this actually gives us. So we'll look at that too. The controls will go over probably in the studio as well. Apart from that, nice little cover that you've got there that protects it. You would just click that down and then that will come out, being a typical Bowens mount. So that's the light unit. So what we'll do now is we'll just start to unbox the reflectors that we've got here, and we'll check out those as well. So we'll go through this smaller one first. Well, I think it's smaller, judging by the bag itself. I think they sent me two different ones, which was more of a dome and then a normal sort of type reflector that you get. So let's take it out, because I'm not sure how much is involved in actually setting these up. So inside here, you can see that there's just your normal Bowens adapter through here. This will be a diffuser that you've got there as well, I would say. And you've also got here, it looks like it's a grid, so you've got a grid that will go over it too. So let's open this up. So to open these up, all you do is simply, they're numbered actually, it'll just say number 1, number 2, and number 1, number 2. So then I think you just come around and open up the number 1s. They've got a little catch that's on the bottom of these. Once you get it back enough, you'll hear it click. It just sort of opens up like that, so you know that it's clicked. Then you'd go over to number 2. And there you go, it's all opened up. So that's the diffuser itself. Looks really nice. It's called the Parabolic Softbox 60 that you've got here. So inside this, we'll be able to put the diffuser, which we'll have a look at. Now, if you wanted to have really nice sort of harsher light, which can be very, very good for fashion, or if you're doing, say, wanted to have the clothes detail showed in the clothes and things like that, it's nice to leave this reflector as it is. So it would be really, really nice for fashion. If you want a softer type look, that's where you'll bring in the reflector, which we'll have a look at how that attaches. So it looks like there's two for this. There's probably an inner one, and then there's an outer one as well. I'd probably be tempted, because I do like that really fashion look, I probably would be tempted to leave the diffusion off. We're going to use Susie, which is a mannequin. If I had a model in here, I could probably do it, the difference, and you'd see it. If you put these on, it will be much softer, but I do like that really sort of harsh, contrasty type look. So let's put the inner one in first. So you can see here, that's got the internal diffuser in there as well. So you're getting two bits of softening. In fact, it's 3, because there's also one here which will diffuse the light as well. So that's nice. Now let's put the outside one on. Again, this just has Velcro as well. Now, because you've got a grid, you would want to put this down the bottom down here. That way it'll leave enough room for the grid to be put in as well. So I'll stick it down to the bottom. There you go. So now that's the second diffuser inside here. I'll put the grid on too to show you how we can add that. So then you've got a nice grid as well. So this is terrific because not only is this easy to put together because it just folds out and folds back down again just with these clips, but you've also got that parabolic brightness inside if you want to use it without the reflectors, which gives you that nice crispy look you could have for fashion. You've also got the two diffusion sheets over there as well. You could take one off if you wanted to, because clearly if you put the diffusion sheets in, it's going to take away from the power of the light. We won't know how strong this is until we test it, and I'll do it with a light meter. And you've also got this grid as well, so if you wanted to control the light, you can fully control it with this as well. So, you know, that's great. So this is just called, it's actually a little leaflet in here showing how to put this together. So it's called the Bowens Mount Lantern Softbox. So that's what this is. I'm excited to see this because I've never used one of these, and I think it will give you really lovely soft light. So what this does, it says to just push down on it to open this up. And there's a couple of hooks inside. So what you do is you go like this, and then inside here, there's a little hook that you hook on. So this is the unit itself. Like I said, it'll give a really nice soft light that you've got here. Now there is a top cover that you can put on this as well if you want to make barn doors. And I'll show you that quickly, but I'm probably going to use it like this, but I'll show you how you can attach that other part to it as well. So the beauty of this now is the light's completely contained inside here, but if you wanted to, say, let a small amount of light out, you can open the barn doors. So you could just open these up, and then you could just tape them back onto, because they've got Velcro both sides, you could just tape it back over here. So what we'll do now that I've got everything ready, we'll go into the studio and I'll show you how the light works from behind it, and I'll sort of take you through the features. And we'll also light up the mannequin, and I'll sort of show you how this works. And I'm also going to test with a light meter to see how strong this is, so we'll do that now. Okay, so I've just turned the unit on. I've just left the lights on for this test because you're not really looking at what the light's doing at the background. I just want to sort of show you how everything works here. There's a brightness control which you have here, and there's also a frequency control which you have here. There's a Bluetooth reset here that you use to use your phone. Now I'm hoping it's not too echo in here. Unfortunately, this is just because it's in my studio. When you attach your phone, you just press the Bluetooth, hold that in, and then download the app. And once you press this in, the app will find the light, and then you can control it. And I'll sort of show that a little bit later. But if we're looking at this, basically turn on, and then you've got your control here, which will control the intensity. And it goes up in 1% increments. So you've got an awful lot of control about how you will like to use this. Now, if you press this in, you'll control your color temperature. So that will be very blue, obviously, and then you'll come down and it will be very yellow if you come down to that extreme. And I'll show this as we move out in a minute. Now, it will tell you the temperature that the light is here. It will also give you an indication the Bluetooth is connected, and you'll also get an indication that you've got power on. This is your light ID for what you use for connecting it to the Bluetooth app. Now your frequency control here, and I'll just sort of show you this and then I'll move the camera to the side so you can see how this all works. If I just turn this, it will start to give all of these sort of special effects. I'm now on the mannequin, so now I can show you now. I'll just tell you the settings. I'm 2 meters away from, the light is 2 meters away from the mannequin Susie. And at the moment, I'm dealing with 29%. And it's on 5500 for the light intensity. Now with this, also I'm on 160th of a second f4, and I'm on ISO 100. Like I said, I'll take light meetings soon, and I'll sort of show you what intensity you can get with this with full power. Okay, so what I've done now is I've put on the parabolic reflector. Now this has, like I showed you before, it's got both of the diffusers in it and also the grid. I just wanted to show you the difference in light intensity that this will, how much this will drop. So it's gone down now to 1/25 of a second, ISO 100, and it's now f1.1 you need. But I'm only on 35% on the light. Now we'll turn this up. I'll go to full power because I'm just curious to see what, from here actually, where am I? Let's go to full power. I'm just interested to see what this is reading at or telling me I need to use. So at full power, 2 meters away, I'm getting f2. So I'm getting 1/25 of a second, ISO 100, f2. So that's at ISO 200 though, but ISO 100. But if you wanted to work, remember all the cameras nowadays are very, very good with ISO. So if you wanted to bring that up, and let's say I'll go up to ISO 640. So if I use ISO 640 there, I can use f5. So this is really quite powerful. And remember, this has the 2 diffusers on it and also the grid on it as well. So if I set the camera at that setting, it should look just about right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go at 1/25 of a second and ISO F5 I mean, and the ISO is 640, ISO 640, and go to F5. So according to the light meter, that's the correct exposure. You know, so you could work it that way if you wanted to. So what we'll do now is I'm going to take the grid off. The thing with the grid is that if we look at it and I move this around, it's very controllable. So you'll notice, like, if I bring this around now, I'm not getting much spill in the background at all. Like, it's controlling where this light is actually sitting. So that's the difference with using a grid type reflector. So what I'll do now is I'll take out the grid, we'll measure it again, but watch how the light will spread in the background. So if I take this out, and again it's all on Velcro, so I can just pull it straight off. So now you should see that the image is now much brighter in the background. Particularly, I'm going to also take a measurement to see if that's changed the ISO reading, because it was F5. It's now F7. So it has jumped up. So you've got to be aware too that the grid will take away from your light intensity. So that's with that. Now what I'll do now is I'm going to take out that front diffuser so you can also see that. So now I've taken out the front diffuser, and we've got, if I read it, was F7 with both diffusers on, and it's now gone up to F11. So it just shows you how much power you've got with that. So that's F11. Now you'll notice too that if I adjust the exposure on this, you know, it should be a lot more sort of contrasty and punchy than what it was before. With this, because it's a harder light now, it will be much harsher, but like I said, it's nice for fashion, and plus it's really good for details on dresses and things like that, or jewellery and things like that, because you get that nice sparkle there. So I just want to show you now, I've put the lantern softbox on here, and I'll just open up these barn doors just so you can get an idea about how you could control the amount of light that spills through this. So, you know, you could just open up a little bit if you like this. Again, you can just sort of see now how it's lit up a little bit. I'll bring the power up intensity a little bit like that. I'll just adjust the exposure in here. So you can see that you've got a lot of control. I'm hardly touching the background now. And it's just lighting up the model. So you can open that up as little or as much as you liked. I mean, you can basically come through here and then just add a little slither if you wanted to do it that way. Or you could take the whole thing off, then bring this right up close somewhere to the model. And then I'll adjust the exposure here just so it's correct. Let me drop the ISO a little bit down, somewhere like that. So you can see this is a lovely soft light. I mean, there's hardly any of that shadow going onto the background there. This is the beauty of using these lanterns, because it does give such a beautiful, soft looking light. It'll also be great for product photography and things like that. So, you know, it's terrific. So the first one is paparazzi, and it will obviously just keep firing different flashes there, so it makes it look like you've got photographers that are firing away with flashes. Now the next one along is fireworks, and again you could change the intensity of this as well. Now even though it's fireworks, look, it's not an RGB light, so you're not going to get all the different RGB colours, but it will sort of just flash like a firework going off. Next one across is lightning, so if you add sound effects to these it would be pretty cool. Faulty bulb as well, so you can sort of picture a faulty bulb going off. Next one is TV. So it's meant to give the look like you're watching TV. It'll probably flash in a minute. See there, it goes a little bit brighter and a little bit duller. Breathe just means that it's sort of very light, and then it just sort of goes in full power. Party is just going to be lights that sort of flash all around, different intensities and things like that. Flame. Now if I change the colour intensity, obviously you can see down there and it would look like a flame. And then the next one is music. I don't think this has a way of sensing the music. Yes, it does. See, if I clap or talk, it will go off. So this will go to the actual music itself, which is pretty cool. Now I'll show you the colour intensity now as well. I've got the camera set on manual white balance, so you should be able to see the colour intensity change. Now all you do is just change your brightness. If I click that in, it will go to intensity. If I click it again, it goes to brightness. Now this is 2700K, so obviously when we're looking at the model, I'm just checking on the back of the camera there, she's going to be very yellow. If we bring this right back up, it will go all the way to 6500, and then you can see that the model is quite blue. So you can determine anywhere for warm light and also incandescent type light too, so that's really cool. Okay, so what I thought I'd do now is I'm going to show you how you use your phone to connect to the light itself. Now the light is over this way. You can see it just there. Now I'm going to control it. So the app that you use is this FEELWORLD one that you just download off the App Store. So if I open that up, now the thing with it is you just connect to your light. So you just click on to your actual light there. I've already connected to it. You can see it's up the top, and you would go here and say connect device. Once that's done, it'll disappear. Now the device is connected. So now you'll notice down the bottom that I've got scene and system right down the bottom there. So if I click onto system, this is where you can check languages, things like that. You can also update the firmware through this as well, if you want to do that. If I go back to devices here, you then make a scene. So I've already made a scene here. You can just click on add new scene down the bottom. I've done that. That's what the second one is down below here. If I click that, it will open up the app itself. Now you'll notice at the top here, you've got things like white light. So I can grab the top of that. It's showing where it's positioned. So if I grab that down, it should go to a yellow, as you can see in the background there. Now what I'll do is I'll just boost up the brightness. At the moment I'm only on 1%, so it's only sitting on 1%. So if we go up, you'll notice that the light, you can see in the top corner there, has now gone up to 66%. If I drag that down a little bit more, I'll just take it down so that it's not just too overblown in the background. So we'll go say 10%. All right, now if I wanted to quickly change colors, you'll notice underneath there's 2700, 3200, 56 and 65. So you can just click on those if you'd like to make it very, very fast. This will be 3200, and you'll notice it's changing in the light above there that you can see. There's a camera on the back of the light there. That's 5600, and then 6500 will be nice and blue. So you can drag up through here if you want to go that way. You can also click the plus and the minus if you want to go there as well. Brightness, you can do the same thing. You can go up from 25, 50, 75 and 100, as you can see through here as well. I'll take this right down again just so it's not so bright. Your lighting effects as well, you can click through here and then you can now notice all of your lighting effects too. This is where you could, if you wanted to, have the flashing and your fireworks. So with quick adjust, if I click onto that up the top there, you can just drag the slider for your color. So it's just a quick way of going to it if you wanted to get that way. So the one down the bottom just increases your intensity. You'll notice if I bring that right down, it's going to go quite dark. So on this page, you've got your color adjustment up the top, and then you've got your intensity down the bottom. So that's your app, which works, you know, really great. So what do I think about it? Well, I'm really happy with the light. It's very, very powerful. It's the most powerful LED light that I've used personally. It's getting to the point now where you really can use these in the studio because they have enough power there to work. And it's going to be interesting to see if I can do a dance shoot or something with it. So, you know, if you had, say, three of these, you could light up a white background really well, and it'd be interesting to try that one day just to see how it goes. The reflectors are terrific. They're very easy to put together, and they really do feel like they're great quality. The unit itself is plastic, but it does feel like it's well-made plastic. And you know, apart from that, there's no real faults apart from putting the adapter on. Sometimes I'm just hopeless when I'm dealing with Bowens adapters because I use Profoto lights and it's a completely different system. So apart from that, I really enjoyed using the light. Thank you so much, FEELWORLD, for sending me this. It's really good, and it's certainly going to be used in my arsenal of lighting that I've got. In fact, I'm using now the reflector that's the dome above me, so I'm using that to light me up at the moment because I think it's a nice light that you can put above you for that as well. So that's what I'm using there. So apart from that, guys, if you have any questions, leave them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.